Hello and welcome back to another video. We are on Fedora. Don't worry, I'm not ditching any distributions. I'm not ditching Arch. I'm not ditching Ubuntu. I'm just trying to make everything inclusive and include everything that I tinker with. So, in this video, I want to install Hyprland on Fedora. Yes, we're installing Hyprland on here and removing GNOME entirely from the system. And let's see how this goes. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, leave a like on the video, make sure to join the Discord server to hang out, and support me on my Patreon. It helps out a ton. Let's get straight into it. Cool transition. Anyway, the first thing we have to do is kind of get out of this GUI session because we are deleting the GNOME desktop environment. So we can be in the environment when we are deleting the environment. It is basically just creating a black hole. So we don't want to do that. So the first thing we want to do is Control Alt F3 and it will bring us to a TTY system. And after we're here, we just have to log in. So you can do our username and then a password. There we go, we are logged in. Now this is very small fonts, we need bigger fonts. So to have bigger fonts, I'll install the console font. So tnf install terminus-fonts-console and hit install. Let's see. Okay, it should install it. I know for a fact there is a package called this. So what the heck? Yep, if I spell it right, there is obviously a package for it. Anyway, why is no the default options? Every single distribution, yes is the default option. Why is no the default option here? Yeah, sure. Anyway, now that is done, we just do set font -124b. Yeah, that should be big enough. Now, to remove GNOME, here's the command. It is a bit of a process because GNOME desktop is a protected package here. So we have to do DNF remove and then --set set options, and we have to type in protected_packages. We have to specify what are the protected packages equals to add GNOME_desktop and then GNOME shell. Let's type in GNOME please because it is cutting off. So GNOME-shell and then GDM. These are the things you want to remove. Can I add another space here? Is that possible? There you go. Now it looks better. Okay, yeah. So it is removing 298 packages. It will clear out 604 megabytes. So we do yes. And it should remove the entirety of GNOME and GDM as well. So let's wait for this to be done. And if it freaks out like this, just do Control Alt F3 again and you'll be back here. So that's basically, since it removes the GDM, it kind of tries to switch to that. So we don't want to see that. We want to see this right here. Okay, there we go. It is done. Now we have to auto remove the packages that are like that came with it and are now orphans. Yeah, so we do auto remove. Let's see how much that clears out. It clears out 419 megabytes. Damn, we almost cleared out a gigabyte of data from this system. That is a lot. So there you go. Now we have cleared out GNOME from our system. Now what do? Now we have to add the COPR repository for Hyprland, and it's great because Solo Pasha, I think that's the name, manages this repository. So it is relatively up to date and it is maintained, unlike some distro. Ubuntu. So Solo /Ubuntu Hyprland, and this should add it. Let's see, did I type it correctly? Yeah. So we want to add this repository, and now the fun thing with Fedora is if we just do sudo dnf Hyprland, it will actually install most things that Hyprland uses to kind of, well, do Hyprland things. But for me, what I will do is install this. I will go with sww, I'll get Grim. So basically the basic packages that I will use, slurp and wl clipboard. There you go. Now, aside from this, we need a few more things. Now, just in case things don't install, you need to get Waybar, Woofy. Now, Woofy should be installed by default, but I will be changing it to Roofy Wayland. So I'll just change it to Roofy Wayland since I do use this one. And then I think the notification manager is Dunst. I do like Mako, but yeah, sure, I'll work with this. And then Kitty should be installed with Hyprland, so I don't need to worry about it. And now we can get Toolkit I need to see what packages are available for Toolkit because I don't. So we can set up security a bit later. So for now, I will just get the basics. So we need XDG desktop portal dash Hyprland. So this is for screen recording and stuff. It won't work without this. XDG dash desktop dash portal and GTK. So we'll get this, and then what else is there? Oh, there is a few more things. So let me just go to a separate line and then do Qt5 dash Qt Wayland. Now this is for KDE applications basically. So yeah, Wayland and Qt5 dash Qt Wayland. I typed it. This will be 6. Qt Wayland, and that should cover everything that I need. Now that's the basics. Now we also need SDDM. So I'll get that. We need, so if you are on a laptop, these are for you. And, oh no, not just laptop. We need power control for audio. Brightness control is for laptops because, yeah, I think it works with PC as well. Basically, these are good things to have. Brightness CTL, we need player CTL. I think this allows us to see the player exactly. So that's great. And we want NWG looks. To kind of change the theme of the entire system. So that should be it for everything that we need. Am I missing something? We'll configure a few more things. So wait, let me see. Oh, my bad. I did everything correctly. I forgot to type in install. There you go. Let's see what is wrong. Everything is there. Okay, so I think I mistyped this. So it will be NGW. No, NWG look. It's not looks, it's just look. And I missed a W in here. So there you go. Now that should work. It did work. And let's press enter. Okay. Now, for anyone getting frustrating of me mistyping stuff, I do include the mistakes because it kind of shows you is what can break your system and what won't break your system is just a mistake. Because I can tell you, like, you, the viewer, like you are watching this, there is at least one time you made a mistype and thought it will be the end of the world, especially if you're new, because most things in Raj, you do have to work with terminals. So yeah, it kind of gets really scary when you're trying to use the terminal and you mistype something and you think, oh no, maybe everything is getting destroyed. But me showing you that, well, if you make a mistake, it's just a mistake, kind of gives you a bit of a reassurance. Hopefully it does, but if you guys find it annoying, make sure to leave it in the comments down below if I should like cut them out or retry them. Okay, hopefully everything is installed. I say hopefully, but there were some errors. Can I just run this again just to be double sure? I think it just tells me, okay, yeah, I think it does. Yeah, it got everything, so there's nothing that missed. There was a bit of a conflict, so yeah. Now we just enable the systemctl. So sudo systemctl enable SDDM. There you go, it is enabled. And then we also do systemctl enable graphical.target. And there you go. Oh, my bad. Oh, it's not enabled, it's set default. Dash default. There you go. Now that works. And now for the configuration of the actual Hyprland itself. So for this, I will use Nano because it's just simpler, and there are many of you who is probably doing this for the first time and are probably not very familiar with NeoVims and stuff. So yeah, I'll just tell you the most easiest option there. So for any advanced users, you can just find things that suit you. So we just first make the Hyprland directory. Now it should be already created, but we're just double checking just to make sure that it is there, because we have to type in a copy command. So cp user. So we're copying the default config that comes with Hyprland, because in Fedora it doesn't automatically like create one, or since we are just trying configuring it before we actually get into the system, I think it's a good choice to kind of configure it right now. So to do this, continue config hyper/hyperland.config. So conf, and that should be it. If I hit enter, it should copy it over. There you go. It did copy it over. Now we can go to nvim. Since we installed Waybar, I would like to see it as soon as I get into the system. So we do nvim, not nvim, we do nano, and then tilde/.config hyper, and then hyperland conf. We have to edit this, and the first thing you'll see is monitors. So in monitors, the first option is basically the monitor name. So if you have a single monitor, you can keep it blank. It will just default to whatever it can get. And for multi-monitor setups, you have to type in your monitor names themselves. Since that is beyond the scope of this video, I won't show that in this video. Maybe I'll make a separate video for especially for configuring Hyprland. So yeah. For me, I think since I'm using a virtual machine, I have to specify the name. So virtual-1. And for this, I'll keep it at auto and just set the size to 1. And then the terminal is Kitty and file manager is set to Dolphin, but I don't think Dolphin is installed. We didn't install Dolphin. We deleted GNOME, so I don't know if Nautilus is installed, but I will be using Nautilus. So Nautilus. And since I am using Roofy, I'll just change this to Roofy and show it. Now, if you have kept the default Hyprland installed, you don't need to change anything. But if you are following along, then change this. Now, for auto start, we need to auto start a few things. So since we want our waybar to come as soon as the system boots up, we can do exec test once equals waybar. Now, waybar spawns in a process, so you don't have to worry about it closing or anything happening like that. So that's great. So waybar, it will exec once, and for our wallpaper engine, I'll just do sww init. And now the wallpaper setting part, we'll do it later after I get into the system, because yeah, I need to download a wallpaper. I don't have anything on me right now. So there you go. That should be the basic setup for Hyprland done. We can configure it after we get in. Now we just get out of here and do a quick reboot. So now as soon as we reboot, it should show us SDDM. So reboot now. Yeah. And the configuration that is still left, we'll do this after getting into the system itself. So there is our SDDM. So we just log in. And there you go. We are in Hyprland. Now to open up your terminal, since we installed Kitty, we can do Windows, the Windows key, or if you're on, I don't think you're on Mac, the Windows key and the Q, and it should open up the terminal. This is Kitty, and to make this bigger, you can do Ctrl+Shift+, and it will just make this whole thing a bit bigger. So there you go. So what do I do at this point? So now we have to configure our keybind. So what we use to do what? To do that, we can do nvim, not nvim, just do nano, my bad. Nano, and then we have the command. So there you go. In here, if we go down, okay, things are way too big. After AutoStart, there should be a keybind section. Now you can separate it by sourcing different parts. It does say how to do it, but for this, again, like I said, that's beyond this video. I'll just give you a very basic setup, and then we can move on. There you go, keybind. So the main mod key, it just says super. Super means the Windows key, basically. And it says the keyboard, it's like for like terminal is Q. I don't want it to be Q. I want it to be return. So enter key. And then Ctrl+C is to kill active. I just want it to be Q, and to do Windows Q to kill active. So M is for exit. Now to add a shift key, oh my god, to add a shift key, we can simply just say shift. I think I have to capitalize the whole thing. Oh yeah, there you go. I think I have to do it like this. If I do Windows Shift Q, yeah, you can see it will just ask if I want to kill the key menu. So there you go. Ctrl Shift Q does work. If you want Control, just type in CTRL. If you want Alt, just do Alt. And this, I don't think I'll change anything here. Windows E for file manager. I don't think I have file manager installed. So yeah, there is more thing that, like, I have a config for this like whole thing. I'll set that up in another video and show you guys how to do that. But for now, I would say that pretty much does it. And the app launcher itself, how do I open the app launcher? Is there no keybind for the app launcher? There is no way there's no keybind for the app launcher. Okay, so there you go. It is called menu. So menu. Oh, there it is R for menu. I will do shift enter. So yeah. So Windows enter for terminal and Windows shift enter. Oh, I didn't save it. I have to save it. There you go. And do Windows shift enter. There you go. We can open up Firefox. There you go. Now let's download a wallpaper. Now I have it downloaded. I have downloaded the wallpaper. Now one thing I would recommend, like for you guys to get is waypaper. So you can do sudo dnf install waypaper. It should install it. So yeah, there you go. It should install it. Now what waypaper does is it actually gives you a kind of nice GUI to work with and use your UI. Okay, it is installed. Now, if I do wallpaper, okay, it did open. So let me do folder. Oh my god, move it here. Downloads, and yeah, I'll select this folder, select, and there you go. We have only one wallpaper, and it sets it. So I'll just close this, clear, and Windows Shift Q. Yes. So that's basically how you install Hyprland on Fedora. Thank you guys for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.